We're standing in a little vineyard of Norton's that we have right here in Herman at the winery. So Stone Hill was established in 1847. In this building right behind us, there's a cellar underneath it, and that's the beginnings. And then they kept tunneling up the hill and making more cellars and growing, and we think about the 1870s was the peak of production for the Missouri wine industry. So then Prohibition wiped us out and pretty much destroyed the economy of this town. And the underground cellars were then converted to a button mushroom farm. But by the mid-1960s or early 1960s, the owner of the mushroom business was talking to several folks about starting up the winery, one of which happened to be my father and my mother. And the only reason he talked to them was they happened to have a small vineyard about 18 miles from here. And that's how it got started. You know, some people might go 100% with one barrel, such as Silver Oak in California. They use 100% of this barrel right here in all of their Cabernets. Other wineries, such as us, we like this array of barrels to give us different flavors, and you know, it's like building a pasta sauce. A little more oregano, a little more tarragon, whatever. So this is quite a contrast to the last cellar. This is all stainless steel. It's all temperature controlled. It allows us to really, you know, ferment at a specific temperature to, you know, get maximum ester formation, fruity aromas for fruity white wines.
So over the past decade, how have you seen your consumer change?
Very interesting question. You know, we used to think that consumers started out with sweet wines and then went to dry wines. And what we're seeing today with the younger generation is there's no rules. They're going to drink whatever they feel like.
Well, how about the preconceptions about Missouri wines?
It's still a tough battle that we're fighting. People are confused, I think, with Missouri wine. You know, we won't hesitate to stick our wines in a competition anywhere and go up against the best.
And you win those competitions.
We win the competitions routinely.
Yeah. So tell me where we are right now.
So we're in our newest tank farm, or tank cellar, and each of these tanks, there's a dozen of them. They hold 8,250 gallons apiece. So there's about 99,000 gallons worth of storage in this room. On part of the tour, we have this little old, you know, probably turn of the century era crusher and basket press. I mean, it's small. And when I was 7, I actually got to crank that to crush the grapes. And my dad was loading the grapes, and my mom was changing the bucket that caught the juice. You know, so that was my earliest memory. And then the teenage years, boy, I did everything in the vineyards. I spent one whole summer splitting black locust post, you know, which was a good job. You know, it's very physically type work for a 15-year-old. But and then, you know, coming home during high school after a football game, having played all evening, and then having to go out and clean the press or the crusher, you know, just a lot of good work, but great memories.